Okay, as we enter a whole new week in trade, an all-important one at that, we have the upcoming US election, we have the world's largest spike in coronavirus cases. The last 5 record day in cases has been had in the last 8 days in the United States. So that just gives you a feel for how bad the second wave really is. In the backdrop of all this, last night we saw the futures react negatively. Dow futures fell 150 points, S&P futures dipped 0.5%, Nasdaq futures also dipped 0.5%. Polls currently show that Joe Biden holds a substantial lead over President Trump in the polls. And these are the factors that are currently impacting that market, which has been on a continuous slide for the last 10 days now. The last 10 trading sessions been very choppy, and for the last 5 or 6 trading sessions and futures overnight movement, all we've seen is a continued downward spiral. Now, Asia this morning surprisingly is trading in the green. It's up. The Nikkei gained 1.01% in early trade. The Topix jumped 1.63%. The Kospi added 0.6%. And the S&P ASX 200 in Australia was a bit volatile, but is currently 0.13% higher. So there was some Chinese manufacturing data which came in as well for the Asia-Pacific region. So it seems that those stocks maybe perhaps had overdone the pessimism last week and are showing a bout of recovery this week. Coming to Europe, Europe also closed up on Friday 0.2% after a very choppy session. Oil and gas shares climbed 2% to lead the gains. So again, globally what's been happening is, even here in India, the Nifty has cooled off from 12,000 to around 11,600 levels. We've seen that happen across the globe, right? Where as the US futures worsened, as the election outcome became more uncertain, and of course in Europe and the US as the second wave really starts to gather momentum, we've seen the equities slide off a lot over the last couple of weeks. Now perhaps that's why Asia is showing a bit of a bounce back today. We'll be interested to see how Europe opens on Monday morning today. As well as now we just have 1 day left in the US election. So tomorrow and in the next couple of days, you could see a lot of heavy movement in all these benchmark indices depending on who wins. So let's have a close look at that. We now have 2 commodities also that we need to check on, oil and gold. Oil prices fell more than 1% on Friday. Brent crude slipped for a 3rd straight day and settled $37.46 per barrel, so below 40 by around 10%. US WTI crude settled another 1.1% lower at a 5-month low of $35.79 per barrel. Coming to gold, spot gold was up 0.6%, acting as a bit of a hedge at $1,879 per ounce. Bullion, however, is down 0.3% for this month. US gold futures settled up 0.6% to $1,880 per ounce.